Hi guys, I hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is David, and as I explained in my last video, my introductory video, I come from Malta. For this first cooking episode, I thought it appropriate to introduce you to my country's cuisine, and it's also a good opportunity for me to shed some light on my country's culinary scene. What I'm going to show you today is a traditional Maltese dish, which is what we call in our language Bragioli, a thinly sliced layer of meat, a thinly sliced piece of meat, and then it's rolled around minced meat and hard-boiled egg, and then they are cooked in a sauce, so it's like a stew, a meat stew. We're gonna do all of that vegan, of course, and hopefully I will be creating or recreating Malta's meatiest dish in vegan version. Okay, so for this dish we have, let's say, 3 main ingredients, which, as I said, are not normally vegan at all. And we're gonna recreate and replace the taste and texture from these 3 main ingredients. So we have the meat, which we will recreate using Seitan, vital wheat gluten, right? So bad news for any gluten intolerant people that are watching us. That will be the base for our meat. It's pure protein. It comes in at 80 grams protein per 100. It's low carb and low fat. Having said that, macros look really friendly, but of course it's still quite a processed food. Then for the egg, we're gonna use just plain tofu, and this will simulate the hard-boiled egg, and we will season it with kalanamak salt, black salt, which will give it that eggy, pungent flavor. So for those of you that don't know, kalanamak is a black salt, and it's high in sulfur, and it gives it that egg-like taste. Coming to the last ingredient for our recipe is the mincemeat, vegan mincemeat. Now, of course, this is the most processed product we have on our ingredient list today. Eat sparingly. I'm not one to advocate for meat substitutes, especially the ones that are bought pre-packaged from the store. Always look for the products with the least list of ingredients and preservatives, right? Okay, so let's get started. So we're gonna start with 150 grams of vital wheat gluten. Then we add 30 grams of nutritional yeast. This is gonna give us added protein, added nutrition, and also a deep flavor. We mix in the vital wheat gluten and the nutritional yeast, and then set it aside. Now we will do the wet part of the ingredients, 165 milliliters of water, which I dropped outside. Then we're gonna add 1.5 tablespoons of light soy sauce, low sodium soy sauce, a teaspoon and a half of liquid smoke. This adds to that umami flavor found in meat, but it's totally optional. If you do not have liquid smoke, you can just add another teaspoon of soy sauce. A teaspoon and a half of liquid smoke, 1.5 teaspoons of barbecue grill mix. So make sure that it's vegan, full of herbs and spices, and it goes in well here. It's an easy way to add a lot of flavor. A teaspoon of ground garlic and a teaspoon of ground onion. We blend these and we add the wet ingredients to our seitan and nutritional yeast from before. And we're just gonna work this as you would any other dough. Right? So first work it in with the fork, and just keep working it until a dough forms. We formed a dough, and as soon as the dough forms, you continue kneading for 3 minutes. So fold it into rectangles like this and continue kneading for the 3 minutes. So after we've kneaded for 3 minutes, we're gonna let it rest for 10 minutes so that the gluten develops. Okay, so now we've let the seitan dough rest for 10 minutes. And now what you wanna do is cut it into 4 equal parts. These will be our 4 pieces of steak. The recipe, that's Louis. The recipe serves 2 people, so there will be like 2 beef rolls per person. and we're gonna flatten it because remember we want it to be as thin as possible. If you've done the dough well, at this point it will be a bit sticky. So all you need to do is lightly wet your hands with cold water and also lightly wet the rolling pin so it doesn't stick. And this will require some strength. So we want it to be like this shape and this thickness. It will keep rolling back to its original place. So just press it a bit more. Also pressing on the ends because they will be a bit thick. And then we're gonna grab some foil. The next step is to steam these in foil, wrapped in foil like this, so they keep the shape. Just close like this. And we're gonna steam them for 40 to 45 minutes. First you steam, you let it cool down, then you place it in the fridge and ideally leave it overnight and then use it the next day. So I've prepared mine yesterday and I have my 4 pieces of steak here, as you can see. So now we're gonna proceed to making the sauce, lightly frying up 2 onions. I'm gonna use coconut oil because of its high resistance to heat. Now we will add 2 cloves garlic. Now we add 2 thinly sliced carrots. And we keep cooking for another 3 to 5 minutes until the carrots soften up a bit. Okay, the carrots, onions and garlic have been cooking. We're gonna add 1 whole bottle of passata. So we're gonna add all of this into the pan. I'm gonna add some water in here, also rinse off the remaining sauce. Now we will add a teaspoon and a half of fresh thyme. And we're gonna add, I like red sauce. I like to make my red sauce quite sweet. I add anything from dates, chopped dates, to date syrup or sometimes even maple syrup. Today I'm gonna add 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of date syrup. This is totally optional. Mix that in. We will add now 1 bay leaf and we will cover it on medium heat so that it keeps cooking slowly. Crushed black pepper. Okay, so next we're gonna do the filling. I'm heating some coconut oil again in a pan, in a frying pan. We're gonna add 1 clove of garlic, 150 grams of our vegan mince, for those of you that are cooking for the first time with these types of products like vegan meat, store-bought vegan meat, you prepare it as you would your normal minced meat. Same amount of cooking time. Now we add a teaspoon of light soy sauce, then half a teaspoon of fresh thyme and half a teaspoon of ground onion. I'm gonna add some pepper. So this is almost done, so 10 minutes. I'm gonna go to our sauce, which is still cooking on low heat, and I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of just sauce to the meat. So 2 tablespoons go in there. And we put the heat down now and we just mix it in. And that's our filling. That is done. So we set it aside, let it cool. So now we will assemble the beef olives, the bragioli. It's too long of a piece, you can always cut a bit like I'm going to do now. As the mince cools down a bit, we're gonna cut our 4 pieces of, let's say, hard-boiled egg, which will be at the center of the meat. Get this tofu, and we are going to cut like this and make this size. To make the egg taste, we will just sprinkle with kalanamak salt. Set these aside. What you'll need also is some cooking string. I have some pre-cut here. We're gonna do 2 strings on each roll. 2 tablespoons of mincemeat per roll. like this. Get the cooking string. And we'll cut the excess string. So we've assembled the beef olives, the bragioli, and now we're gonna simmer them on low to medium heat in the sauce for around 40 to 45 minutes, and then halfway through we're gonna just turn them around so that we're sure all of the bragioli have been cooked in the sauce. Okay, so simmering down with the lid on for 40 to 45 minutes. Okay guys, so the beef rolls are just about ready. Oh, it smells amazing. Okay, so let's serve them up. It's like proving, you know, what vegan cooking can achieve. It's such a meat-based dish, and you can replicate it in plant-based version. No lack of protein. Cooked seitan comes in at around 24 grams protein per 100 grams, so there you have at least 50 grams of protein from the meat only. Then we have the minced meat, the vegan minced meat, and also the tofu, which is also full of calcium. I will now add some sauce. Probably should have used a spoon. And I have prepared, in the meantime, while this was cooking, I have made some smashed baked potatoes. I love these. So we're gonna just serve them up like this. Amazing, guys. So there you have it, guys. Malta's meatiest vegan dish, which is bragioli, in my opinion. I had also asked this question in my Instagram stories, and the majority of people that responded also said that bragioli, in their opinion, is the meatiest Maltese dish. So I veganized it today just to show you what's possible on a vegan diet, full of protein, full of taste. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It will encourage me to do more videos like this. I will post all the recipe in the description section below until I have a website. This is all I can do for now. If you're from Malta and you're watching this, let me know if it's the first vegan bragioli you've seen. I'd be curious to know, and let me know what you think of the recipe down below in the comments. That's it from my side for today. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.